Hi, I'm Marino, and I'd have to share something with you. I'm trying to make this video and start this YouTube channel, and I have to say this take right here is probably my 100th try. So I figure, you know what, I'm just gonna breathe and I'm gonna get through it. So hi, I'm starting a new YouTube channel about style. And since it is March of 2020, there's a big elephant in the room. And I feel like I have to acknowledge this guy. It's COVID-19 and it's keeping us all sequestered in our homes. And probably, if you're anything like me, it's making you a little bit crazy and a little bit anxious. So I figure one of the ways for me to keep my anxiety at bay is to do something I love. So I decided to start a style channel. I am a former fashion industry executive. I had a long corporate career in the fashion industry. I still love clothes. I still love fashion. I love getting dressed, and I probably will forever. So here's the thing. We're stuck in this sort of like nightmare, and sometimes it's good just to take a step back from the news and lose yourself in something you love. And for me, that happens to be style. So let's talk about style for a while. I thought for my first video, I'd jump right off into the spring 2020 trend. And I figure if I do too many more takes on this video, we're gonna be way past spring and into fall. So this is it, folks. This is Spring 2020 Trends by Marino. We'll take a look at them here, and then I'll unpack them a few at a time in my subsequent videos. Okay, so some things never go out of style, but some things do. And it's good to know what's happening. That way we can stay relevant and we can choose what works for us. I love the runway shows because that's the theater of the fashion world. They get me excited about getting dressed. I like that drama and that zaniness and a little bit of outrageousness. I think all of our fashion and our personal style should have a little drama and a lot of fun. So the first trend we're going to talk about for spring 2020 is suits. And the first slide we're going to see is suits with shorts. I remember when shorts with suits was popular about 15 years ago because I bought one, and it had the lifespan of a mayfly back then. The short thing might be short-lived, pardon my pun, this time too, but what is important here is the suits are going to lead us right into fall, where there'll be a lot of options with pants and skirts and dresses. I can't wait till I can go shopping again. I think I'd like to have a spring suit. To do this now for spring, I think I'd look for updated casuals like the ones from maybe J. Crew or Banana Republic, Lane Bryant, or even COS. I'd like to buy one I could wear with funky sneakers, and I'll provide you some ideas in some upcoming videos about how to do that. The next trend I'm calling is called From the Boys. It's just another riff on the menswear that we just talked about in suitings, but with an emphasis on vests. So for spring and summer, if a suit is not in your wardrobe plans, a vest is an interesting way to up your style game, let's say to wear over a dress or a skirt and blouse or a skirt and t-shirt or even pants and a t-shirt. You might want to think about a denim or linen or knit vest. These trends are still screaming menswear here, and that's another sign that this will lead us right into fall 2020 because menswear is timeless. And in my years of working in the industry, I've had the opportunity to study fashion history. And in times of stress like wars, recessions, or pandemics such as the one we're in, fashion gives us things that are comfortable, that we understand, that don't need a lot of explanation. We get them. The next trend I'm going to talk about, you are probably going to say, oh, you're making this up, because it's trench coats. Yes, trench coats are being touted as a spring 2020 trend. And you might say, oh, how can something as iconic and well-known as a trench coat be trendy when it really never goes out of style? Still screaming menswear here, another indication that the trend is likely to continue into fall 2020 because menswear is timeless. We all get it, and like I mentioned before, in times of great uneasiness, the fashion industry gives us things we can understand: vests and suits and trench coats and menswear. It's the fashion equivalent of meatloaf and mashed potatoes. I've added a few images here of trench coats then and now. That's Marlene Dietrich in the film A Foreign Affair from 1948. And then, of course, we see Marilyn Monroe and right up through the Duchess of Cambridge. And my particular favorite is Helen Mirren in that violet leather trench coat. That would be my choice. There is no reason a trench coat has to be khaki or black. There's no reason why it can't be purple. The next trend I'm calling out is neon. And we're going to channel the Spice Girls for a minute, and we're going to talk about really outrageously beautiful in-your-face colors. If these colors don't evoke some kind of emotion in you, you might want to take your pulse. Let's take a look. Wearing a big neon statement requires a certain amount of confidence because you're going to have to withstand a little scrutiny. But sometimes a girl's got to shake things up a little, especially when it comes to your wardrobe. It's such an easy thing to do and it can make a big difference. I'll show you some interesting ways to do neon in my upcoming videos. These colors are not found in nature. They are decidedly man-made, and for a reason, because they demand our attention, like stabilo highlighters or traffic cones or duck hunting vests. They say, look at me, I'm here, don't run over me, don't shoot me, and don't ignore me. The next trend that we're going to look at is called cutout. Some trends, for instance, are interesting because of all of the possible ways there are to abuse them. And for some reason, I think this might be one of them. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out. It has a lot of potential for everyone, but it also has a lot of potential for going over the top. The next thing we're going to talk about is Once Upon a Time, fairy tale florals, for instance. Once upon a time, every girl was a princess, and when you're a princess, every toad is a prince. But life is hard on princesses sometimes. Fairy godmothers go missing, and princes turned out to be toads. But to make yourself feel better, you can always wear a pretty dress. The last one we're going to talk about is white dresses, like angel dresses, I'm calling them. I've always wanted to channel angels, but what we really need right now, I think, is a white knight to save us from all this madness. That's my roundup for now for spring 2020. Thanks for watching. If you like it, please subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. Also, leave a comment below and introduce yourself. Thank you. See you soon. Bye-bye.